Welcome to Build to Last, the podcast where I, Eric of Maykus Homes and Neighborhoods, dive into the art of crafting not just homes, but entire neighborhoods and lasting relationships. Join me as we explore the heart and soul of building communities that stand the test of time. Hi, welcome back to Build to Last, our podcast where we discuss pretty much everything involving the construction of new custom homes here in the North Texas area. I'm very fortunate to have joining me today on our show, Miss Shelley Balo from the Huber Corporation, and she's going to be discussing the products that they supply us in our homes and why we use them specifically at Maykus Homes. But first, Shelley, tell us a little bit about yourself and make yourself a person to the people out there in the audience.
Okay, absolutely. Well, thanks so much for inviting me today. So my name's Shelley Balo, work for Huber Engineered Woods. So I'm from the Dallas area, born and raised, went to school at Baylor University in Texas, have married to my husband. He's also in the industry, the home building industry, more on the interior finish outside. But we have 3 kiddos, all raised in the communities. So love Texas, love home building, and came to work with Huber. I've been in the building materials industry for about 11 years, came to work with Huber. It's almost been 2 years ago now, but proud to work. It's an awesome family-owned company, and yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's great. Well, now our listeners probably, some of them will be familiar with Huber, especially if they're in our industry, but we have a lot of listeners or viewers who are not specifically familiar with what Huber and the products it supplies. Tell us a little bit about what you supply us here at Maykus Homes.
Okay, for sure. So Huber Engineered Woods, like I said, so we supply innovative, high-performing solutions for homes. So we have a couple lines. We have Advantech and we have Zip. So these are solutions for the roof, the wall, and then also for the flooring.
Okay. Well, let's break them down a little bit. Tell us a little bit about the Advantech flooring and why it's good and where we put it at.
For sure. Okay, so Advantech, this was Huber's flagship product. So we were in the made commodity panels for a long time, and then probably it's been maybe 25 years ago, the business challenged itself to create a premier version, just a better product. So Advantech was the solution for that. So this is a high-end subfloor. So this is going to go beneath the finished flooring. So this is a really great foundation for your homes. So it's in the manufacturing process, so we have these OSB oriented strand board. So it's a very high density wood. And so it makes for a really strong, structural, really stable subflooring. And then all of the strands are coated in advanced technology that does really great against moisture resistance. So there is so much wood and glue in these panels, makes for a really strong, durable, moisture resistant panel. And then finally, I was going to mention one other thing about it. Because of the amount of wood and glue that's in our panels, it makes for a quieter floor. There's great fastener holding power, so you're going to have less squeaks. And so, yeah, I'd say those are the main benefits for Advantech. Comparing to, let's say, some other options would be plywood. I'm sure that homeowners are familiar with, or there's a commodity version of this. So if you go to a home center and grab a piece of commodity oriented strand board panel, this is going to be a much stronger, moisture resistant option.
And that moisture resistance is really important for us on the building side because obviously we're not building inside of a controlled environment. So we could have a rainstorm or something hit at any point in time during the construction phase.
That's right.
And that flooring is specifically designed to withstand that exposure to moisture during the construction stage.
That's right. Because of the resin technologies that are used in these panels, they're designed to, should they get wet, and they will, they're designed to dry out. So as I mentioned, just a basic board that you might grab. What happens if moisture gets into those panels? We can all imagine it. It starts to deteriorate, swell. You're going to need to sand those floors. So these, that's why Advantech is so loved by builders, is because of their ability to withstand the elements.
Oh, perfect. Yep. Well, let's talk about the other one. It's green.
Yes.
Is that just for pretty, or does that green mean something?
It actually does mean something. I'm sure homeowners, if you if you haven't noticed it before driving around, you'll notice it now. It's a great solution for wall sheathing. So we have Advantech for the floor, zip wall is used. Okay, so what zip wall is, it isn't just a basic commodity board with some green glued on there, painted on there. So the same manufacturing process that occurs with Advantech is involved with zip. So before I discuss the green part, so this is a structural one panel because of the amount of wood and glue that's in these panels makes for really strong. Makes a really structurally strong panel. So between the studs, you're going to have an upwards of 50% increase in strength and stability between the studs compared to just a regular commodity board. So again, we're going to have really strong, good bones, behind those walls. So the green, this is actually, it's comparing to a commodity board and house wrap, this is basically a house wrap that's fused onto the panel. So we call it a water resistive barrier. So again, should water get either during the construction phase, water if it gets rained on, precipitation, or water if it gets behind your cladding, let's say siding, brick, whatever it may be. This is designed for to keep the water out, right? Water, moisture intrusion issues are a big deal. So benefits of this, you're going to have a strong structural stability. You have a water resistive barrier. And then finally, in taping the seams, you have an air barrier as well that'll increase energy efficiency. So I really got in the weeds on that one.
No, that's good. No, that's great. Because I was going to ask you about the black tape on the side. And now, one thing that we also have done with Huber, and specifically you, is you've come out on site. And why did we have you come out on site? Probably at least once a year. And
which is something great that Maykus does. Not only are you choosing a great product for your homeowners, you're also doing that added layer of support to ensure that it's installed correctly. And so, hats off to Maykus. That service is available to any builders that would like to use it, but you guys are one that take us up on that. And it's great just to make sure your framers are supported, that they're installing it according to manufacturer's instructions. And so it's just another added layer of support, making sure that you're doing a really great, well-built home.
Well, and, even us on the management side, we learned something new every time, you guys came out. We always knew we were supposed to roll the tape, but then you told us, hey, it actually pops little bubbles of glue in there that makes it stick better.
That's right.
Well, Shelley, we certainly appreciate you joining us today on the podcast, and we certainly appreciate the quality products that we receive from Huber. We're pretty strong on using them all across our build.
No, you guys are fantastic. Using products like these, this maybe isn't the shiny thing that your homeowners can touch and feel, but this is something that they can trust is behind the walls, that they have a really strong, well-built home that's gonna, it's built to last, for the lifetime. Because I know when they're buying a Maykus home, this is their dream home, and y'all are doing a lot of good things for them, whether they realize it or not.
Well, thank you. That's actually something that we do talk about our customers is what is behind the wall, because it gets covered up by the pretties, but you don't know what's there.
That's right.
Well, thanks a lot, Shelley. And to all of you guys out there, thank you for joining us today on Built to Last, our podcast. If you're interested in learning more about Maykus Homes, coming by and seeing our neighborhoods or talking to our sales staff, please reach out to us at 817-308-1155. And we'll see you guys next time here on Built to Last podcast from Maykus Homes. Y'all take care now.